talking about housing, could I?
Sure.
I brought an idea that I want to be able to share before this meeting is over.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to share my idea before
Well,
this
you can
meeting
share it
is
right
over.
now.
Once you've heard Lady Bird Johnson speak on Keep America Beautiful, like I did in 1966, I've been planting a tree or a shrub or a bush, and I brought back those ideas from Tuscaloosa to Andalusia about keeping Andalusia beautiful. We hadn't talked about beautification much in all this list, but I want to talk about these pictures that I took this very morning of some bungalow type houses that people are having trouble paying for this, that, and the other, food, gas, everything. So we need to help Andalusia be more beautiful in some of our lower value neighborhoods. We want Andalusia to look good as people ride around different neighborhoods. This man has got all these pictures showing up junk. It's all junk that could be moved, and the houses would look much better without all the junk. This man even hid his junk.
Is that the black plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a better.
And then, of course, we passed by this one, that this is something that abatement won't take care of completely. We had, an emphasis maybe in the spring about clean up, paint up, fix up. To help people, maybe we can offer some kind of incentives to help people. Some of these are vacant and some of these are occupied.
Well, we have.
I think it starts even in the high school. If we had courses like family living, where you could have, teach children how to make up a bed, how to grill out, how to buy groceries, how to, do all the things to make their family have a better quality of living. So we talked about quality of living, but beautification is something that maybe we could start giving those awards again. You know, the awards always get given out to the bigger house neighborhoods. But maybe we need to start emphasizing and working a little bit on the smaller house neighborhoods, and get some people together and talk about how we can help people. They need help. A lot of people, they just need help, they need ideas. Maybe they just haven't thought about getting stuff off their front porch. So that's what I wanted to mention, that we could put beautification on the list for the next 4 years and help keep Andalusia beautiful and make Andalusia a more beautiful place to live and ride.
Well, that's a great idea, and we've worked really hard trying to do that, and we've made a lot of progress. Unfortunately, there are folks out there that don't care what their place looks like. A lot of them are renters, and they let the houses go down, and the owner doesn't repair them when the repairs are not needed. So we work hard on that, but we have to conform with the law, and our hands are tied in some respects on doing these things. We work real hard.
I'm gonna leave these right here for everybody to look at.
Yeah, an example of that would be, if you drive down, thanks for your suggestion, Sue. But if you drive down, South Cotton Street, you cross the railroad track, there on the left-hand side of the road, you remember how that used to look? That old garage, you're sitting there with cars stacked up on top of each other. We worked with that gentleman for 5 years. We finally got it done. So it just takes a lot of effort, folks that have no more pride in their own homes to make stuff look like that. But there's some ideas there that we maybe can come up some way of a group of citizens joining together, helping these folks. the city has limited resources and of course limited employees. And boy, our employees right now they work from can to can't. And just cleaning up other people's yards is not one of the things that I think we just can't afford to get into doing that. Now, that's not to say that we can't go where somebody's got health issues and things like that and help them out on you know, on one or two occasions, but you just can't take that on forever. The folks themselves have got to have some pride and do it. But I think the pressure, when the city goes in there and tries to put pressure on them to clean up, they resent it.
Well, we don't wanna do that.
So-
Pride is the key, that's
so
the
what-
key
But
word.
what if
What
it
I
was
think-
something like the Pride of Andalusia or something, you know,
We
but
are-
go to the lower things?
If we could put together a group of citizens that work with the city to help, so it takes some of that heavy-handedness off. People think we're trying to make them do something.
Right.
If they think their neighbors are trying to help them do something, maybe it'll work better. So that's a good idea, but I think we gotta modify it a little bit. But, thank you for
You know, Mayor, one of the best rules that we ever passed was the greenscape, you know, where, industry comes in or you redo a place, you have to plant so many trees.
Right.
That has helped our city.
Yep.
And the city has spent a lot of money making areas around that are enhanced by the beautification of flowers.
We have a staff that we enter into contracts with retailers. You'd be surprised, all those flowers and all those plants and all that stuff you see around, the city, downtown, all that stuff, all that's taken care of by the city. The trees, you remember what the square used to look like? 18-wheeler running through there 40 miles an hour. And we got a beautiful square now, a beautiful park there, and trees that have grown to the point that they're beautiful. We got those trees all over the city. Go and look at the front yard of City Hall. We've done a tremendous amount to beautify our city. Having said that, there's more we can do. And we should do that, which we can do. But by golly, citizens who create these situations have a responsibility too.
Some people, if I can speak, I don't know how these things work. I think there are some people, cause I know over there on Rankin Street and all over there, they're probably low income people. And even if they're renters, but most of those houses up there, there's nothing on the walls, the roofs are gone. Is there anything to do to help them? You know, and some of them that's got the junk in the yard, some of them do that because they hadn't got any way to get rid of it. I mean, could the city help haul some of that off if we got up with some of them and they
Well,
would agree to that?
If it's bad enough under the law, we can't do it. It has to reach a certain level.
A certain amount, okay.
Before the city has the authority and the city council has to make a finding that it's
Right.
causing a danger to the public.
But even if we went and like some of those I think I saw that Sue had, they're pretty bad. And
Well,
like, if you go and say, look, do you want this stuff? If you do, fine. But if you just don't have a way to haul it off, could y'all like send the garbage people over there and we get a group of people and go help them haul it off?
well,
I mean, I don't see where the law would have much to do with that if they agree to hauling it
I
off.
don't know if they agree, that's.
Yeah.
But the problem is getting the agreement.
I know that, but just like people that, you know, can't get out there and mow their grass anymore, I have to get my son to come mow my grass.
Yeah. I have to get my wife to go.
Sue, I have to ask a question.
I'm being a smart aleck, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Sue, I would like to ask a question too on this thing. How many of those houses are actually owned by people who could afford to do it?
That,
I mean, we're assuming here that,
that's the problem all over town. That's why if we could get some people together and come up with some ideas to help people. People can be helped. If we can start off with teenagers in the school, before and after pictures, talk about educating people to take pride in their homes. But there are a lot of things that can be done. It's not just the city wanting them to do this or that.
Yeah, you can't go
People
in
don't
there and
want to
make,
be
you can't
treated
make
like
them
that.
feel
I
like
think the
they've
mayor
got
had a
to
good-
do
I
it.
think the mayor had a good point there. When the city does it, it seems heavy-handed.
That's right.
Mayor, is there something we could do like the mural committee or something?
Well,
Which was private.
I suggested that, we got 50 churches in Andalusia, Alabama. That could be helpful.
And that could combine that litter initiative too, right? All of that
See.
beautification.
What I'm trying to
Call
say is.
me, I'll help
some
you
of-
do
some of
that.
this
I'll
stuff
help you.
That we're talking about here has got to come from the people, not
That's
from the
right.
government. Because it's just, it just does, but people resent, somebody from the government, they come in here making me do this.
Yeah.
But if we can get a citizens group, or a group of, organization created by, a makeup of, 20 churches,
Faith-based community.
yeah, to put something like this together. It might, I think would be more successful than the city trying to,
Right.
because it has to reach a certain level before we can do anything. By the time it reaches that level, it's a mess. And, we can get the number for you, but the number of abatements that we've done in this city in the last 20 years would shock you. Hundreds. But still, we got places that are.
Well,
in
people
bad
that
shape.
can't, and like I said, I think a lot of people, maybe they just gave up, I don't know,
Well,
or they just, like, they're elderly
well,
and
there's
they
something-
piled this junk in their yard and they hadn't got any family to help
Well,
them
they
with.
bring it in there.
Well, I'm sure they do, Earl, but,
You remember several years ago, the governor that we had got communities to pick up along a certain stretch of the road.
Mhm.
That might be an idea, let a church adopt a mile, right, and let the churches maybe adopt certain areas.
well, you could approach the homeowner or the renter and just ask them, point, like I said, if they don't want you to do it, they can say, no, you don't do it. But if they need help and they want help, make it, like what Sue was talking about, let's get a group, to help them
Well, you
with
got to
it.
get that group together though.
Well, we're gonna work on
And
it.
well, and that's great, because the city can't do it all.
Mhm. Oh, I know.
We got limited number of employees, we got limited number of funds. So, a citizens organization that gets involved in something like this might catch on, and be very successful.
Honestly, if
We
it was,
welcome.
if it was
I
to come
guarantee
from
you
a city
the
aspect,
city
they
would
could
welcome
consider
Oh,
it
they would
harassment.
be
I
like
mean,
the president and everything else, they'd be up here, why are you doing that? That's not moving.
Yeah, but if it came from a city or a government position
But
where it's
if-
not up to a certain level, they could consider it harassment, so that's not.
Right,
for
but
them
I
to get
think
into.
if, like Sue was talking about, we
Yeah,
just got some
absolutely.
people, even the churches might help money-wise, some of them. And, just approach them, because there's a lot of people I know that are just not able to do it.
I understand.
They may have let all this junk accumulate 5 years ago, and then, oh God, something happened and they can't do nothing about it.
I understand that, that's why I say.
But
great
y'all
idea.
ain't gonna be able to
Yeah,
do
y'all,
it.
that's a great idea,
Mhm.
do it,
Mhm.
okay?
But what I'm asking
But-
though is like if we did get with somebody that was like that and they didn't have a way to haul something off, if we can't find somebody
If you
with a
can get it up
truck.
to the edge of the highway.
Yeah.
up the
Well,
edge of
y'all
the
go
street,
pick it up.
We will get that stuff up.
Okay,
We
that's
do
what I
it
want.
all over town, when people bring it up to the edge of the street,
If you get it to the curb, I can get it up, I just can't go on private property.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the issue right there.
And
We
we
have
can
guys-
call and even let you know where it's at,
All the
where it
street
won't
department,
sit there.
Yes, ma'am, that's right.
Because the property over there behind where the new houses are going up, that needs to see if we can't get some of that cleaned up, because if you don't, it's gonna all, you know, you got to help them get better.
I agree with you, and we can do some things, but I'm saying, I think it would, if a group of organized citizens who are interested in this, Sue, I'll appoint you the chairman of that.
I've done gave her my card so she can call me. I don't have nothing else to do since the
I
pool's
mean, I'm
off the
not trying to
table.
be silly, I'm trying to be, maybe cute, but true.
I understand.
We got to have help from the citizens.
I
on some of this
understand,
stuff.
but then there's some of the stuff we've got to have help from
Well,
y'all to
and
accomplish
we can do that
it.
within the, what we're. bound
Within
by
the law, and I
Exactly.
understand that.
Yeah.
With the Home and Garden channel on television has made people aware of things that need to be done. And you'll see one or two houses that have been cleaned up, just say in Andalusia, in one street, and it kinda catches on. A
Mhm.
neighbor will
Well, it
say,
does.
oh, that looks pretty
Exactly.
good, and maybe I need to make mine look better.
It does, and that's what we've been able to do in some areas where we had the power to do it. But what you're talking about, where folks, stuff is just accumulated, they have no way of getting it done. And citizens can get in there and get it to the
Help, like
curb
on the hoarder,
and call.
the hoarder
If
stuff.
there's stuff, well, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That was my grandma's washing machine, I'm not gonna let you have that. I won't let you.
I might need that bucket over there
Well,
next
that's
year.
exactly.
I know.